Hi everybody, my name is Alisha. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use the apostrophe. By the end of this video, you'll know just about everything you need to know about how and when to use this punctuation mark. In this video, I'm going to cover three main points: using apostrophes to show possession, using apostrophes for contractions and to indicate missing letters, and when not to use apostrophes. First, let's talk about how to use the apostrophe to create the possessive form of a noun. The possessive form of a noun shows that noun owns something. For example, an expression like "my dog's toy" refers to a toy that belongs to my dog. The apostrophe is the mark that comes after dog and before s. When we show that something belongs to someone or something else, we follow this pattern and we use an apostrophe. But there are some rules to keep in mind. Let's talk about three of them. These are the most common uses of the apostrophe. When you're using a singular noun, use apostrophe plus s to show possession. Some examples: my mother's recipe, the restaurant's menu, your roommate's socks. In each of these examples, we simply add an apostrophe and the letter s to the end of the word to indicate possession or ownership. This is true even if the singular noun ends in s, as in, the bus's smell, the class's decision, my boss's haircut. Some people might be thinking, but wait, I thought I learned something in school about not using an apostrophe and an s after a noun that ends in s. What about that? That is point number 2. When you use a plural noun, use just an apostrophe after the s, no additional s, only if the plural noun ends in s. Here are some examples of what this looks like when the plural noun ends with s. The student's errors, my relative's jokes, her co-worker's manners. And here are some examples of plural nouns that do not end in s. Our children's tournament, the mice's hiding place, many people's lives. Remember, the rule of using just an apostrophe after an s applies only to plural nouns that end in s. That's why in the bus's smell, there's an apostrophe and an s, but in my relative's jokes, there's just an apostrophe. In the bus's smell, there's only one bus we're talking about. In my relative's jokes, we're talking about multiple people. This distinction is important because placing an apostrophe plus s can change the meaning of the phrase. For example, if we wrote my relative's jokes with an apostrophe s after relative, it would refer to jokes from just one member of my family. This s really matters, so be careful with it. Please note that these rules are the same even if you're talking about someone's name. For example, let's imagine we want to describe something belonging to a guy named John Smith. This is John Smith's house. We follow the singular possession rule here because John Smith is one person. Now, we want to talk about the house as belonging to the Smith family. We do this by writing, this is the Smith's house. Smith in the plural form becomes Smiths. We show possession with the apostrophe after the s to refer to the whole Smith family. If you find a family name that ends in s, add es to make it plural and continue with the same rule. For example, the family name Jones is singular. In the plural form, say Joneses. To express possession, you could write, this is Jenny Jones's house, when referring to one person. To express possession in the plural, this is the Joneses' house. The apostrophe comes after the final s in the plural form. A special note, we do not use apostrophes when we use possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns are these words: his, her, hers, my, mine, our, ours, your, yours, their, theirs, and its. Do not use apostrophes with these words. Your apostrophe s does not exist. Her apostrophe s does not exist. However, its does have a meaning. It's the contracted form of it is. Please be careful about this. I have a video about this difference between its with an apostrophe and its with no apostrophe if you'd like a full lesson on the differences between the two. Okay, great. Let's go on to the second use of the apostrophe, contractions. You can think of a contraction like two words squished together. For example, do not becomes don't, and you are becomes your. When we create contractions, we use an apostrophe. You can think of this apostrophe as a kind of replacement for the letters that are no longer there. You might also see this kind of apostrophe at the beginning, middle, or end of a word to represent the way a character is speaking. For example, instead of "I was thinking about you," in a book you might see "I was thinking about you." These apostrophes show us that letters are missing. This gives the reader a clue about how that person speaks. Another great example of this is the song title "Singin' in the Rain." In the song, the G sound at the end of ing words is dropped. This sounds like singin', dancin', and feelin'. This creates a certain rhythm in the lyrics, and we express that with an apostrophe instead of a letter. One point that causes some confusion is the contraction whose, who apostrophe s. This is not the possessive form of who, but it's often used incorrectly this way. Whose is the contracted form of who is. The possessive form of who is whose, no apostrophe here. Here's the difference. Who's your teacher? Who is your teacher? Whose class did you take? Which teacher or instructor's class did you take? As you can imagine, errors in writing happen with whose and whose because the two words sound the same in speech. Just remember that the apostrophe in whose is showing you that letters are missing. It's therefore the contracted version of who is. Here's a super easy tip. You can try substituting who is in your sentence to see if it makes grammatical sense. This is a good way for you to check to make sure you write the correct whose or whose. Great, this information will cover most situations in your writing, but I want to make one more very strong point. You cannot use an apostrophe to make a word plural. No, you cannot do this, you cannot. No, stop trying. Stop that right now. It's incorrect to write computer apostrophe s when you mean computers. You cannot use this mark to create the plural form of a word. Stop doing it. It's such a common mistake, especially among native speakers. Stop, please, I beg you. Perhaps the only time this is considered acceptable is when you need to talk about letters of the alphabet in plural form. What do I mean by that? Let's say I want to talk about the spelling of the word cheese. Great, yes, cheese. I say, there are 3 E's in cheese. Okay, fantastic, love it. But how would I write that sentence? If I write, there are 3 ES in cheese, a reader might look at the sentence and think, there are 3 S in cheese? What? To avoid this potential misreading, you can use the letter of the alphabet followed by an apostrophe and the letter S. So, there are 3 E's in cheese, or I got a lot of A's on my report card, yay! Making this small change helps to prevent any misreadings. This is really useful for your reader. Great! Those are all the points I want to cover in this video. To recap quickly, to use an apostrophe to show possession, use apostrophe plus S after a noun in the singular form. Use an apostrophe plus S after a plural noun that does not end in S. Use just an apostrophe, no S, after a plural noun that ends in S. Do not use apostrophes with possessive pronouns. You can use an apostrophe to create a contraction or show missing letters in a word, but please remember commonly confused pairs like it's and whose when you're writing. Wonderful, that's it. That should cover just about everything you need to know about how to use apostrophes. Just please don't use them to make a noun plural. Please. I hope this lesson helped you understand when and when not to use apostrophes. If the video helped you, you can help me by hitting the like button and sharing this video with all of your apostrophe misusing friends. And of course, please make sure to subscribe to this channel for more writing, punctuation, and spelling tips. Thanks very much for watching this lesson, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Stop using apostrophes to make words plural. If I catch you attempting to make a word plural with an apostrophe, I will put a Lego in your floor area somewhere for you to step on.